This is a rare anomaly in Hong Kong-style horror films. According to legend, there is an ancient book that records 10 ways to see ghosts. Each one brings endless disasters to people. But there are people who don't believe in evil. But I have to die. Yesterday was July the 14th Ghost Festival. Uncle is organizing newspapers in the newspaper. Neighbor Lau Chern walked out of the darkness carrying an old lady on his back. Ask Uncle to help call an ambulance. At this point, Grandma slowly slid down from her left shoulder, appearing on the right shoulder, stunned by Uncle A's fear. What is this, Grandma? Clearly, it is a paper figure buried with him. Hear this. My friends were scared into a cold sweat. It turned out that Dizzy was telling ghost stories to his friends. The shopkeeper sneered and said, "They are all stories told by hearsay," continuing to talk about my recent acquisition of a strange book that allows people to see ghosts and monsters. That night, Changa came to a remote bookstore. A dilapidated book on the bookshelf caught the attention of convention. It doesn't matter at first glance. The book introduces 10 ways to make ordinary people see ghosts. The bookstore owner said, having a predestined relationship with him, just sell it to Changa at a low price. He warned him, never turn to the last page, otherwise he will be doomed. People are curious, less unbelieving in evil. They plan to try the first and simplest method. Defeating evil is inviting ghosts to come to the paper, point out the words one by one. They arranged it according to the method in the book, sure enough successfully summoning the vest. But at this moment, the sudden appearance of Chang Guimar interrupted them. Changima is a local mage. Warn them to be careful of causing trouble, because I haven't seen a ghost. They continued to try the second method. The crossroad ghost lays out meals at the intersection with Richin Chi. Continuously knocking on the bowl will reveal the summoned starving ghost. The sound of them knocking on the bowl is getting louder and louder, but everyone's perception is different. Dizzy was the first to see the starving ghost, walking towards him step by step. How living people see ghosts. According to legend, there is an ancient book that records 10 ways to see ghosts. After summoning the starving ghost, Dizzy was so scared that he couldn't stop sitting on the ground. Continue knocking, until Dizzy smashed the bowl. Just pick your teeth with chopsticks, because once it stops, ghosts will get on the body. As ghosts gather more and more, others have also seen that the hungry ghost's physique is different from that of Dizzy's cousin. He didn't see the ghost, so they tried a third method of hide and seek. Holding a black cat in the middle of the night can play hide and seek with ghosts. Ghosts blocking one of them, invisible to others. Only with the help of a black cat can people who are blocked by ghosts appear. The game has started. Cousin gradually found other companions, but only couldn't find Gao Wei. As expected, he was blocked by a ghost. This is someone else releasing the black cat to search for Gao Wei. Who knew that the accident happened? The black cat is dead. Until the next day we found the police. Still haven't found Gao Wei. Gao, whose girlfriend Apple, did not give up. He decided to try another method of applying wet mud. Apple arrives at the cemetery, finds the dirt that buried the dead and apply it to your face, according to the book, so we can see ghosts. After applying wet mud, EPP's eyes ache unbearable. After experiencing the illusion of falling eyeballs, he was discovered by everyone. Take it home, your mother warned them. If it's one step later, Apple is about to enter the underworld. Desire and his cousin went back to Hong Kong because they were afraid. But life has not returned to its former tranquility. Desire often sees the figure of a Thai girl, wanted to find, immediately disappeared, and when the cousin here gets on the bus, accidentally opened the umbrella, so another ghost method was triggered. A ball appears inside the carriage while holding an umbrella indoors, rolling back and forth between car seats. Looks like someone's kicking each other's balls, but that seat is clearly empty. Cousin stepped forward, but the ball suddenly turned into a human head, biting my cousin's leg to death, scared him into jumping into his seat. Come back to your senses. He quickly got off the car. After returning to the apartment, Basketball appears on the open corridor. Cousin walked over cautiously, but Basketball caught up with her out of thin air, and blocked the way. Cousin, in order to explore the truth. Cousin's book introduces another way to see ghosts. Upside down planting, on the empty corridor as expected. Seeing a little boy playing with a ball. Take the elevator alone. What are you most afraid of? Late at night, the elevator door is open. Outside the door is an elderly couple with a pale face. The old man's words made Ditz's hair stand upright. Step back, watch. I feel like I stepped on something with my back foot. I saw all the footstones behind Dizzy. Boz quickly got out of the elevator, come to the corridor, but he was possessed by a ghost. Still fighting and dancing with others, I saw Dizzy trampling on the top of the corridor in the air. Scared the neighbors away in confusion. He saw the previous Thai girl pull her into the house. But who knows, my cousin said she came into the house alone. Dizzy suddenly thought of something. Traveled to Thailand before picking up the camera. Inadvertently filmed a video of a girl's tragic death on the street. The girl on the video and the girl she pulled into the room were actually the same. Thinking of all the strange things that happened during this period, to bring everything to an end, only return to Thailand and find Gao Wei. Otherwise, my life won't be peaceful. After Desire arrived in Thailand, I planned to try the last ultimate ghost method, so we can come to the underworld and find Gao Wei. But they only have one stick of incense time to find Gao Wei. At that time, Chang'e will ring the bell. They just need to search for the white light to come back. After Dizzy and his cousin arrived in the underworld, immediately surrounded by a group of ghosts, they dissipated it with Yanqi, a group of ghost queens, found Gao Wei. I also met Apple. But why is Apple here? Originally Apple was searching for Gao Wei. Try combing your hair in the mirror at midnight. Remember to say on the comb. This way you can see the ghostly thief in the mirror. Seeing Gao Wei appear in the mirror, Apple is heartbroken, choosing to cut one's wrist and sacrifice oneself for love. Just then, the White House has appeared, and Chang'e has come to pick them up. But Apple is no longer able to go back. Gao Wei still chooses to stay in the underworld with Apple. Dizzy and his cousin followed the white light back to the human world. However, when they open the door, they come to the familiar hallway in Hong Kong, saw a few teenagers playing with balls, unexpectedly passed through them, and the incense around Chang'e on the other side has actually burned out. Dizzy and his cousin didn't wake up yet, so they went to another space. I will never return to the human world again. Ghost casting can be said to be the childhood shadow of countless people. The damn methods that flow out of this movie. Until today, how many people dare not try?